This week, we're talking to people who have had COVID-19 and are now sharing their experiences with the virus. Erin Calver contracted the virus last month. She spent nearly 2 weeks in the hospital, relying on oxygen support to breathe. She is now out of the hospital and recovering in Cochrane, Alberta, where she joins us now. Erin, good morning to you. It's so good to talk to you this morning.
Good morning to you, too.
So I want you to walk us through your experience. I understand that on March 18th, you first developed a sore throat, you had a little bit of chest pain, and at the time you thought maybe it was just a cold. Then what happened?
I did call 811 and I did go and get checked that night. I did not think at all it was COVID. I thought it was something cardiac related. And then the symptoms kind of subsided a little bit. And by Saturday night, probably within a 12-hour period, I had pretty severe symptoms of coughing and shortness of breath. And that's when I called 811 again Saturday night. I was placed on the urgent callback list, and early Sunday morning I was called and told to present to the hospital. Again, I presented to the hospital. They did not think I had COVID again, but she swabbed just within like the last minute of my visit. And 2 days later, I received the call from Alberta Health stating that I had tested positive for COVID-19. I had a question. Sorry, I had a question for the lady that I was talking to. And so she said she would find out the result and get back to me. And in that time frame from when she initially called to when she called me back, the shortness of breath got a lot worse, and I was speaking only 1 or 2 word sentences by the time she called back, and that's when she instructed me to hang up and call 911.
The ambulance came, you got in the ambulance. I just can't imagine what was going through your mind. Walk us through what you were feeling as you were being taken to the hospital in an ambulance.
Yeah, I actually didn't assume I was going to go to the hospital. I thought the paramedics would come and assess me in my living room and leave me there and say, you're okay. So to be honest with you, I felt okay when they saw me on the couch. It wasn't until I got up to walk to the ambulance outside that my oxygen started to plummet. And that's when I was immediately put on oxygen in the ambulance, and he told me kind of to strap in. We'd be getting there quickly. And that's the first time I thought, wow, this must be a little bit serious. Like, we're not able to just go in the ambulance without sirens. So I knew there was some severity to the whole issue that was happening. And on the way to the hospital, once he had stabilized me, after about 20 minutes, I suppose, he said, do you want me to phone any family? And that's when he called my parents. And although I was struggling to breathe, I was coherent and listening to everything he said. And one of the last things he did say to them was that, she's probably going to the ICU, and to call the hospital that I was being taken to for any further updates at this point in time.
I would imagine that one of the hardest parts of this experience is managing your own stress and anxiety levels. So when you're in the hospital and knowing that you can't have anyone visit you, you don't have the emotional support there of people that you love around you, what was that like for you?
The paramedic did say, again, to my parents who are in BC on the phone in the ambulance, that there's no point in coming because you won't be able to see her. So I knew what I was going to. It doesn't really hit you until you've been there for a couple of days, I think. At the beginning, when you're struggling so much, lots of it's a blur and you're a little bit incoherent about some of the stuff that went on the first day or two.
I bet. Erin, how are you feeling now?
A lot better, yeah. I still do have a cough, and I do still have some shortness of breath on exertion. But every week it's getting better. It's just a slow and steady recovery.
Incredible, and you're here to talk about it. You survived this. We are so glad that you were able to join us and share your story with us on the show today. Good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Incredible.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.